Hey there everyone, Videogame Cabinet here, and tonight we're doing a review on Dead Cells, which I played on the PS4 disc, but with a PS5 upgrade. Dead Cells takes the progression of a Metroidvania and integrates it into this procedurally generated action roguelite that has you slowly chipping away at its steep difficulty. It strikes a perfect and engaging balance between the Metroidvania and roguelite experiences by focusing on your failures and urging you to experiment each time you do fail. Oh shit, sorry guys, my bad. I think you almost caught me plagiarizing a certain IGN review. My mistake, wouldn't want to be accused of anything like that. All jokes aside, we will be talking a lot about a certain controversy surrounding a certain couple of reviews that came out for this game back in 2018. That's how I heard about this. But besides that, let's get back to my honest personal review of the game, which I just finished earlier today. Dead Cells is a critically acclaimed indie title that released back in 2018 and is famous for its combination of Metroidvania elements and roguelike gameplay. I just beat the main boss, the Hand of the King, earlier today and saw the end credits after 46 total attempts. Even though there is much more for me to explore and conquer after my one completed playthrough, I can confidently express the excellence of this game. I am relatively new to roguelites, but this is quickly becoming one of my favorite game genres of recent years. No matter how many times I died in Dead Cells, I just kept on coming back for more until I saw the end. Even after finally reaching the end credits, I feel like I've only scratched the surface of this game's intricate and varied world. There are tons of weapons and abilities to discover, as well as many different areas to explore. Every run has randomly generated level layouts and gear to find, so you have to work with the hand you are dealt and decide what equipment works best for you the deeper you go. The randomness and loss of your gear every time you die can feel frustrating, but you get better at playing the game the more runs you do. The combat is sharp and fast-paced, and all the weapons are super fun to use. A lot of upgrades and abilities you find and purchase along the way are permanent, so this makes Dead Cells a great entry point for those who are new to the genre. However, the difficulty can be quite unforgiving with merciless enemies and bosses, so it's great for veterans as well. I also like how you can choose your path and enter different levels each run. This further adds to the replay value and enticement to explore. The game sports a low-resolution graphical style that may appear archaic, but don't let that fool you. Making your way through Dead Cells is a deep and addicting experience. I already want to go back and play more so I can find more blueprints for gear and reach the secret collector boss. But for now, I'm going to rate Dead Cells a 9 out of 10. So, that's my review. Yeah, there's so much more to do in this game. Just a little bit more I want to say after my official review. So much more to do in this game. I've done one completed playthrough. I believe there's like another section that opens up after you beat the Hand of the King, and I believe you have to beat the game 5 times, and you may have to download some DLC. I don't know if it comes with the physical disc or not. There is other DLC that they made later. Haven't downloaded it. Probably will at some point to play more, because it's a very it's a big game, you know, and there's a lot of other levels and doors to open after your first completed playthrough. and it's really, really fun and really, really addicting. And I may eventually do a review part 2 of this game after I, maybe one day do everything. But for now, I'm going to say 9 out of 10. The other two roguelites, the only other two roguelites that I've played, roguelite or roguelike, I'm not positive about the difference, but the other rogue type games that I've played is I started with Hades. I beat that, and then I tackled Returnal. I loved Hades. That one I did beat the 10 times to unlock the true ending, and I gave that one a 9.5. And Returnal on PS5, that is like one of the most amazing games I've ever played. Not too beginner friendly for this genre. It's very hard. I'm glad I played Hades first. I almost wish I played Dead Cells the first, and then Hades, and then Returnal. But Returnal, I gave that a 10 out of 10. That game is amazing. I still think it's maybe the hardest game I've ever beaten. But Dead Cells feels a little bit more beginner friendly because you keep a lot of your stuff and you can buy a lot of stuff and it's permanent upgrades. Hades also has permanent upgrades, a good amount of them. I felt like Dead Cells had a little bit more. And Returnal does have some stuff that's permanent, but like it's got a lot of stuff that you lose every run and it's very difficult. But all of these games are really hard. They're meant to be hard. They're meant to be just replayed over and over again, and they're a lot of fun. And I'm really starting to like the genre, But for now, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. That Returnal is a 10, Hades is a 9.5, and Dead Cells is a very, very strong 9. It is really good. But anyways, yeah. So now I want to break away from what I thought of the game and talk about a slightly different issue, but I did say that the reason why this game is famous is because it's noted for its great gameplay and its Metroidvania and roguelite elements. But the other big reason why it's famous is because it was the center, or it was in the crosshairs, I would say, of the biggest scandal in video game journalism ever. I would say hands down, and it just erupted into probably the biggest soap opera YouTube drama soap opera of YouTube drama that I've ever seen on YouTube. It was nuts. For those of you that don't know, when this game came out, IGN, the most famous, popular website for video game reviews and news, they released a review. It was written by a new hire named Philip Mewson, and the guy gave it a 9.7 out of 10, and that got a lot of attention. It was a little indie title, and everyone's like, wow, this game must be really good. And the word got out that it sounded very similar to another review posted shortly earlier by this small, at the time, YouTube channel called Boomstick Gaming. And I think at the time, I've been following this story ever since it happened 5.5 years ago. But yeah, Boomstick Gaming, I remember at the time, he had like 10 or 11,000 subscribers, nothing crazy at all. And he posted a video, he sniffed this out, and he posted a video comparing the two reviews, and it was very obvious, and especially when you look at the two written reviews side by side, that Philip Mewson just moved some words around and just threw it out there, and word got out that IGN, or that Philip Mewson plagiarized, and it just spread like wildfire on the internet. And then this led to IGN corporate quickly evaluating the situation, firing Philip Mewson, and I think they gave the funds that they got from or the revenue they got from their advertising on that review to Boomstick Gaming. His channel has grown enormously over the last 5 or 6 years. I think he's up to like 300,000 subs now. I'm not too sure, but but back to the story in 2018, after Philip Mewson got fired, he released this. This turned into the biggest YouTube drama ever. He released this apology, non-apology video, and the internet just tore him up and ripped him to shreds and flamed his ass. And he tried to cover it up. He didn't directly apologize to Boomstick Gaming, and it just came off as really not in good taste. And then, if I remember right, like several months go by, he released another video, and like on his YouTube channel, Philip Mewson's personal YouTube channel, where he was posting videos about video games, people were voting his ass, like just to no end, and talking shit to him in the comments, and just full on like flaming him on Twitter and YouTube, and it was just nuts. And eventually, like I think a couple of years later or something, he did he released a video saying, look, I fucked up, I plagiarized, I'm sorry to everybody, I'm sorry to IGN, I'm sorry to Boomstick Gaming, blah blah blah. It was fucking nuts. And eventually there was a really good interview that he did that's like an hour and 40 minutes. I'm not sure which YouTube channel it's on, but it's called The Education of Philip Mewson, where he explains everything. And he definitely he got roasted online. I think he has since deleted his YouTube channel. I checked recently, and it was just nuts. I mean, the guy did like the unthinkable, plagiarizing a fucking review of a video game on like this big website, IGN, and thinking you're just gonna get away with it. Wow, that was like just, sorry, everyone's already said it for 5 years now, but it was stupid, and just crazy. Like, he just got publicly flogged, basically, all over the internet and YouTube and everything. It was just nuts. But yeah, I was just following that for the whole like several years that it was going on, and it was just it was crazy. But anyways, after all that, that's how I first heard about the game Dead Cells, as I was following all that YouTube drama around the IGN review. But finally today, in what is this, late February of 2024, 5.5, almost 6 years after the game came out, I think in late 2018 or something, finally I decided I really wanted to play it, because I heard a lot of people say that this is one of the best of the roguelite rogue genre games out there, along with Hades. And Hades and this one are the ones that people talk about a lot, that I notice. But like I said, I also really like Returnal. But anyways, yeah, so those are my thoughts on everything so far with Dead Cells. Like I said, I only completed one playthrough. It's meant to be done more and more and discover more and more secrets. But for now, this is my review. I'll be messing around with this game, here and there over the coming months. Like I said, maybe I'll do another review at some point. But yeah, for tonight, back to my original thoughts on the game, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. And I think it's a great game. I'm really glad I finally got to experience it. And I look forward to playing it more in the future. And that's it. Have a good night.